Sir, side please. Emergency official business. Ma'am, side please. Side please. Thank you. Official business, sir. Ma'am, emergency. Please step aside, sir.
Hey, get lost. I'm waiting here, huh?
FBI, you might want to stay out of this, all right, sir? Excuse me, sir. Ma'am, please, back off. All right, I need 8 double tall.
Boy, oh boy, and man, oh man, and girl, oh girl. Are you kidding me? Oh, listen, walk away. Far away. If you don't want some spoilers from the 5th episode of the Obi-Wan series, but let me tell you something, baby. Holy smokes. Woo, man. And Cad Bane, which means Cobb Vanth. And listen, waitlists already. Haven't we talked about this before they ever get into stock? I have got coffee brewing up right now. Look, it's already done. And look at how crystal clear that is. We got to brew up more pots. I have a funny feeling we're going to spill our coffee. And yes, I've got the wizard juice. And yes, I've got deluxe spotchka in the house. And I have got cans of whoop butt. Listen, there's so much going on. There's so much heat for Star Wars Hot Toys in the secondary market. And there's so much going on in the primary market. And there's so much going on the Obi-Wan series. I'm going to give you my thoughts on what I think of this so far, where I think it's going to go, what figures we're going to get, how that correlates with the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary figures in the secondary market going off the charts, no pun intended, to the midi-chlorian count. But let me tell you something, baby. We're about to get blown away. But let's go ahead and dive into all of this, baby, right now. Welcome to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show right here at 6 Scale Cantina. And in case you don't know who I am the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, and I'll be serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk, along with a full panel of all of you, by far the best panel we could ever get. Are you kidding me? And let me tell you what a show I have in store for you today. There are things going on in the secondary market that is quite crazy right now and is absolutely just taking that market and having it burst at the seams. We may have a few other releases from the past, from Hot Toys for Star Wars, that may be soon breaching the $1,000 tier range, joining Han Solo and Chewbacca from A New Hope. And how are we going to correlate that, baby, to what's going to happen with future announcements that we want to go ahead and spill our coffee over? And how about this Obi-Wan series? Are you kidding me, man? This Obi-Wan series is freaking awesome. This Obi-Wan series is the bomb. This Obi-Wan series is like, are you kidding me? It's great joy. It's a great time to be a Star Wars fan, and an even better time if you collect Hot Toys and you're a true Star Wars fan, because when you wish upon a wizard, doesn't matter who you are or what it is, whether it's Bail Organa or Cad Bane, or whether it's the Frog Lady or Hoth Luke. Let me tell you something, brother. You're going to get it. Oh, I'm telling you right now. Yeah. I am just pumped up for this today. Are we going to get an interruption from the Hot Toys Wizard during this program as well? We'll have to go ahead and keep an eye on that. But first of all, before we get into all of this crazy, sick Star Wars Hot Toys news, and before we go ahead and also dissect and go into a little bit this 5th episode of the Obi-Wan series, there will be spoilers with it, so if you don't want it, bye-bye, baby. Now, I scanned through most of it. I have to go ahead and actually watch it. But when I was at work today, I was able to get the gist of it, get the certain scenes, and holy McMoly, where's my guacamole? And I tell you what, when I was seeing this crap, this is what I did. And then when they went back to that Attack of a Clothes moment, this is what I did. And then when they went back to it again, this is what I did. And you have to wonder, what does this mean for Hot Toys? Is it possible that my man Fabio was right on the money? You're going to have to stay tuned to see my thoughts on what I think. But man, oh man, let me know what table you're at, baby. And we're going to go through some of this over here real quickly so I could get you the juicy news. Lane Kramer is in the house. Hey, Aries, can we get a Top Gun Maverick moment eventually? You have to wonder. And Modos is in the house. Definitely the Hot Toys Trooper of Kenobi is going to be the Purge Trooper. Yes. And Mark Attack is in the house. Hell of an episode. Holy moly. And Brandon's in the house. What's up, Brandon? It was definitely the best episode, but I still think Vader is going to have one last... Oh, he absolutely is. There's going to be a huge battle, and Obi-Wan's going to kick his ass. Get ready for a big episode. The next one, my man. Commander Gree is in the house. What is going on? Mario El Profesoro is in the house. Good to have you in here. Great channel. Hello, FOMO-inator. Where is TK FOMO? On the hunt for CT Suckett. Good for Health is in the house. What is up? Good to have you in here. AZ Figs is in here. The mullet is back, baby. Oh, I'm telling you. Defio Dome is in the house. Button smash. Well, thank you. Yeah, let's get to that like button right now. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mary Sullivan, what is up, Mary? Good to have you in here. Community Arcade, good to have you in here. The collector number 1, my friend, saying smash the like button. Let's go ahead and do that. Good to have you in here, and I do appreciate that. Thalia Miller is in the house. What is up? And Marco Polo, what is up to you? And Aaron Pineda is in the house. Good to have you. Uncommon Flex. And Julio Iglesias, to all the pretty orders I've loved before. Big Bretta. And he says, yes. Can't wait to have Joao here back on the paddle. Think we're going to have that this weekend. Come on. Been a little crazy for the Dark Jedi the last couple of weeks, but I am here tonight. Punisher, what is up to you? Good to have you in here. For sure. Continuing to say hi to everyone. Nefty 007, what is up to you? And a friend of TK Fobo, CT603. Come on. What is going on? Voltron is in here. Could it be that this is the best episode yet? And he says, yes. Totally spilled my off-world Jawa coffee right here. Here's the coffee, my friend. Right here, man. I've been drinking it all day. Listen, baby, I've already had 2 pots of damn coffee today. I am absolutely beside myself with all this. Are you kidding me? Wow. Mark, what is up? Good to have you in here. Wayne, good to have you in here as well. Sean Smith, love the Pink Floyd hat. Love that band. Come on. Alex Lynch, what is going on? Definitely getting a Padawan Anakin now. Collector Chris, hello, Aries and everyone. They call him the wizard, the first one who calls it out. Well, let me throw it back at you, Collector Chris. Maybe this is what they call you.
They call him the wizard.
For sure. Big Bretta, I honestly think this episode closed in the right tone, and we may not see other Obi-Wan Vader fight. Obi-Wan by experience, and Vader is still the learner. Do I want another encounter? Yes, but I doubt. We'll have to see. We will have to see. You may be right, Joel, but I think that Disney brass confirmed that there's going to be an epic battle that is going to rival the one from Revenge of the Sith. So I still think that that's going to happen. I think they're going to have that type of climax, and he's going to go to Tatooine, and he's going to do it. But let's see. Let us see, Julio, what happens. But look, listen, with already 53 in here, go ahead and hit the like button. Again, you are watching live and raw with the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, serving up all the coffee that I have at the cantina on Tatooine. I haven't served up any tables yet. Let me know. Are you at table 5, where usually Popsic sits? Are you at table 88, where the 808 Michigan Jedi sits? Are you at table 1? Are you at table 2? Are you at table 3 with Grievous? Are you at one of the cold tables in the 40s? Are you at table 10? Are you at table Oblivion? Let me know where the heck you're at. And look who else is in the house. It's Popsic. I'm here, baby. Let the Banthas ride through the chat. Well, then we get our first Grogu. You want to talk about a ride? Let's fill up Popsic and everyone at table 5, baby. And here we go. Here we go. Come on. All right. So the first thing I want to talk about this Obi-Wan show, which was absolutely one of the best pieces of Star Wars I have ever seen. Holy cow. Darth Vader, man. Damn. We need a Darth Vader series. We really do. With the Emperor and all of it. And don't be shocked if next week you don't wind up seeing Ian McDiarmid. Don't be shocked next week if you don't see Liam Neeson, because I think you are. Don't be shocked next week if you don't see Yoda. Don't be shocked next week if you don't see some flashback of Natalie Portman. It's going to be a crazy, crazy show next week. But I really do think that there's going to be a season two, or 1 or 2 spinoffs for sure. But man, Vader was absolutely amazing. I am so enjoying watching Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen do this. Man, oh man. Fantastic Star Wars. Fantastic writing by Deborah Chow. It is just absolutely epic. And I think we're in for a big, big conclusion next week. But you have to wonder, is it possible I'm going to bring up to you what you may not be thinking about Hot Toys wise when it relates to this episode today? Remember, we saw in a flashback in this episode something that was very, very similar as I fill up table 88 and 5 again to this. Except it was kind of the same thing, but with the third sister. And what was the third sister looking at in front of her? They call me this.
They call him the Wizard.
But they call him, what she had in front of her, Dark Side Anakin. Don't worry about that it didn't have glowing eyes at that moment. That was Darth Vader. So now you have to wonder, officially in that scene like that, is Hot Toys going to capitalize and give us a Obi-Wan series Dark Side Anakin to compete with the Dark Side Anakin that in the secondary market is about to breach the $1,000 tier range? And I say, yes. Mark it, book it, Dano. Ba 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 ba. Book it. And how it will be different is, boy, you could get it with 2 head sculpts. You could get it without glowing eyes. You could get it with glowing eyes. But I'm telling you right now, you think you got that KX Enforcer droid because they decided to put that for a real quick, fleeting glimpse in some flashback? And you got K2SO 2.0, where Darkside Anakin is selling way more than even the K2SO was, that they're not going to capitalize on that? They 1,000% will. So before we get into all the other stuff you want to talk about this particular episode, right there, baby, right there, holy smokes. Holy smokes. Now let me know what you think in the chat. But listen, how high is Hot Toys going to allow the Dark Side Anakin to go within the secondary market before they say, hey, let's go ahead and put this out? There's a golden opportunity there. And the eyes weren't glowing in there, so they could do several different things. Number one, they could give you 2 head sculpts. Now it's completely different from the original. There sure as hell wasn't on Mustafar on that flashback scene. So right there, you don't need the droid. Although there was a Mustafar flashback scene. But this was kind of a new scene. You could get the head sculpt from Revenge of the Sith. You could get the head sculpt from the Obi-Wan series that you saw in the flashback. Now, this is going to tie into some other things that I'm going to tie in for you on some other figures that we're going to talk about from this episode today. And you have to wonder, have they already set us up for this intermix of one show to another from what they did with the first wave of the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary releases? And I say, yes, they did. With that clone pilot, additional helmet as seen in the Clone Wars animated series. With the clone trooper, the extra helmet as also seen from Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith has nothing to do with the Attack of the Clones anniversary, neither does the Clone Wars. And now you could do the same thing when you go ahead and 2.0 this Dark Side Anakin, because you just got it in a very, very real way today with this episode on the Obi-Wan series. And out of all the figures that they come out with, I'm telling you, this one will make them a boatload of money because it's just insanity. Insanity within the secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys. You could just go to 6scalecantina.com, which I'm going to pull up here in a minute, And it's absolutely insane. And also, that dark side Anakin is insane because it's really not dark side Anakin. It's Darth Vader. Dark side Anakin is Darth Vader. Listen very carefully. And what you saw today with the third sister was Darth Vader before he got burned and before he needed a suit to keep him alive and for respiratory and all those purposes. Still Darth Vader. That's what it is. When he decided to give his allegiance and pledge himself to the man who rules over Table 66, when he pledged his allegiance to this guy right here, he then became Darth Vader. So dark side Anakin, Darth Vader, whatever way you slice it, 1,000%, you could put it in the bank now that that's coming. For sure. Let me know what you think in the chat about that. That's the first thing I wanted to tackle. First thing. Sean Smith says, I see 2-pack Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker Hot Toys going to make it. Oh, we're going to talk about that. Commander Grease says, I really hope they make the Grand Inquisitor and Reva. We're going to talk about that. 4K Media guys in the house. Commander Gree, awesome. I just got Ahsoka Clone Wars. He will go perfectly with her. I hope they release Clone Wars Obi one day. Oh, they will. They will. The Thor is in the house. Anakin Vader pre-COVID. I mean pre-burnt. I see an Obi-Wan and Leia 2-pack. Boy, I know. We see quite a bit, don't we? Fat Batman's collecting nightmares in the house says, I wouldn't sell my dark side Anakin regardless of what the market says. LOL. Love my prequels. No. Look, I could sell mine right now. And everybody knows me, right? So I would get a pretty penny for it. I'm not doing it. I'm not interested in it. And I know they're going to come out with a 2.0 version. I don't care if it goes down some. But now that I'm going to just watch this episode today, I could tell you right now it'll be 2.0. And there's a couple of different ways that they could do this. A couple of different ways that they could do this to get maximum dollars. First of all, I see 2 head sculpts with this. One with the eyes and one without the eyes. Because in that vision that the third sister had, he didn't have glowing eyes, but that's still Darth Vader at that moment. Puncture Boy, what is up? Says, smash that like button, folks. 70 in here. Let's go. Come on. Come on. And listen, OG Fan is in the house as well. What is going on? Come on. 6 Scale Mafia is in the house. Hey, bud, sell your dark side Anakins now while you can. Listen, the dark side Anakins are very, very high. Okay? Very, very high right now. Selling $800, $900. Forget about $600, $500. Those days are long gone. Long gone. You're not getting it for that. And you can't count Facebook groups because that's garbage to consider that. In the regular market where everyone buys them, it's $700, $800, $900. Forget about $700, $800, $900, $1,000, over $1,000 continually every day. Mercari, eBay, absolutely insane right now. Absolutely insane is that dark side Anakin. And there's no way they're not going to capitalize on it. Puerto Rican Sith Lord's also in the house. Good to have you in here. And then OG Fan goes, Katina Aries, Wonder Possible Wizard. Yes, all the usual suspects on the little emojis there coming in here. The Thor says, maybe Grogu healed her and Reva was one that got Grogu out. You have to wonder. Greetings, all. Coffee's on me. Well, I guess we finally got to fill up the Thor. I've been making him wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Table 2. But that's the first piece of business that I wanted to go ahead and cover. I'm telling you right now, Dark Side Anakin is 1,000% coming. Mandalorian Huntress is in the house. She says, fill me up at table 66. Let's do it again, baby. Let's fill her up, and all of you that dare sit at this table.
Good.
Darth Vader. That's the magic with that figure. That's why it sells for a little bit more than the regular Anakin from Revenge of the Sith. But that one is off the charts as well. Okay? We're going to go over this data right now. We're going to go over that right now. 6-Scale Mafia is still in the house. Say Mandalorian Huntress with the emojis. Always good to have Anthony in the house here as well. Hopefully we'll hook up on a show here very soon. We're trying to. TK592. Bail Organa would be so easy. Wouldn't even need to make accessories. I would still buy. Depending on how this series ends, which you know Leia's going to wind up back with her father. That'd be a great 2-pack. That'd be a great 2-pack. I really don't think we're going to get the Obi-Wan and Leia 2-pack. I think we're going to get Obi-Wan in some different things, but I do think you're going to get that. I do think you're going to get the Bail Organa. And when we do, I just want you all to know, when we get Jimmy Smits, when we get Bail Organa, when that happens, I expect all of you to do this. All of you.
They call him the Wizard.
I'm just playing. But it's funny. We'll see. We'll see. Always seems like a pipe dream to me, but you never know. Let me pull this up onto the screen. That's 6scalecantina.com. We're going to get into some of this here. The first thing I want to do is the Dark Side Anakin. Am I going to address these two characters you see on here, the rest of what's on here? I think you see Attack of the Clones Anakin. I think you see Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan. But the first thing that I'm tackling is this Dark Side Anakin from the flashback we saw today. And remember, we saw Dark Side Anakin as well a couple of episodes ago in the sand that Obi-Wan saw in a vision. Remember that. Remember we saw that. Okay? So you got to keep that in mind as well. A couple of episodes ago, you saw Dark Side Anakin, and you really saw him close up today. But if you don't have 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, you may want to consider doing so. All the latest news on Star Wars Hot Toys, all the latest news on Hot Toys, Marvel market chart under construction, Star Wars market chart already, you know that works. And you can see the latest news here. If you had this bookmarked, you would know this show. We're talking about the banner here. Okay? But when you scroll down to the biggest movers section, I'm going to go over some things with you here today. Dark Side Anakin, still this week. All the figures you see here on the screen are still the number one trenders right now in the secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys. And really, one thing I want to point out here before we dive into this Dark Side Anakin and regular Anakin and show you a couple things before we go into Obi-Wan and Attack of the Clones, the Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan and the Attack of the Clones Anakin, which I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Where's the bargain bin for Star Wars Hot Toys? From my perspective, I don't see it. I don't see it with any of these. I don't see it with Rey and Dio. I don't see it with Commander Cody. I don't see it with the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. I don't see it with Jawa and the Gonk Droid. I don't see it with Leia Bespin. I only see it with some sequel figures. Where is it? I don't know. You tell me. Anyway, Dark Side Anakin, absolutely off the charts right now. Absolutely insane. And it's just boggles the mind to see how much these go for. And not to pull you up with that, but again, when you look at some of these listings going at these type of prices here, and just pulling up one that's ongoing, here you go. I have some ongoing ones we're going to go over today. Still has 3 days left, 72 hours, and really good feedback, all 100%, but not a whole lot when you spend this kind of money on eBay, honestly. But okay, all positive. Okay, not a whole lot. $598 with 12 bids already. Here's the kicker. 37 watchers. No images whatsoever. Unbelievable with this particular figure. So right now, just completely and utterly going off the charts is the Dark Side Anakin figure from Hot Toys. Holy smoke. So, pulling me up more larger again. That's the first thing you take away from this Obi-Wan series. You're going to get another Dark Side Anakin. Exactly how it's going to be, I don't know. I suspect 2 head sculpts. I suspect a 2.0 version. And I also suspect, as I mentioned before, that they may intertwine or say also seen from Revenge of the Sith, just like they did with the Attack of the Clone releases, which leads me to the next thing. What else did we see today? Holy cow. Look there. Why do I have Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan? And why do I have Attack of the Clones Anakin on the banner? Is it possible? Because we got some awesome flashbacks of training today from that time in the Obi-Wan series. And like I said, step away if you don't want spoilers. But did we actually see it? And I say, yes. Woo. You thought they gave you a KX Enforcer droid? Because they had what? 4 or 5 seconds of in a flashback of something that looked like K2SO? And we suddenly got that? And listen, I want to give credit to my friend Fabio, who called it from the beginning that even though you're going to get probably a couple of Obi-Wans from this series, and that even though you're probably going to get quite a bit of Darth Vader as well, that they're going to go ahead and give you the Attack of the Clones Hayden Christensen and Attack of the Clones Ewan McGregor for the 20th anniversary. They are 2 of the 3 main stars anyway for the movie. Natalie Portman, Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen. Just like from the original trilogy, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill. And it looks like that they're really going deep into this Attack of the Clones line. And it looks like Fabio was right. And do I agree? I say yes. Now, I think they could do this similarly as to what they did. What they're going to do with the Dark Side Anakin. And what they actually did with the first wave from Attack of the Clones. So as I brought up the couple of troopers before, the Clone Trooper and also the Clone Trooper pilot, which they released. And I can pull that up on the screen because even though I'm going to update that this week, I still have these up there so I could just go right to it. There it is there on the screen. You could get an Attack of the Clones, Hayden Christensen, Anakin Skywalker. It could come with 2 head sculpts, one of them from Attack of the Clones, and they could also say, also featuring a bonus head sculpt as seen from the Obi-Wan series. And they could do the same damn thing with the Obi-Wan figure. And right there you go. But why would they do that, Aries? Well, why did they give you a clone pilot and also scene from the Clone Wars animated series? Why did they give you a clone trooper and say also seen on Revenge of the Sith? And remember, I was telling you that I suspected that perhaps that they could start doing this. I really saw no way that they wouldn't do it, because now that you're getting all these different TV shows, and wait till we get 3 more TV shows, and wait till we get some movies, extra movies, and wait till we get some extra stuff. I really believe that absolutely they're going to be doing this a whole heck of a lot more often. Why not? Why not? It's good marketing, and it attracts. And this is really what I believe that they're going to do. Now, let me know what you think in the chat. They could absolutely go a different way with it. But I really, really believe that that's what you're going to get here. If you were wondering if you were going to get an Attack of the Clones-ish Obi-Wan, or if you were going to get an Attack of the Clones-ish Anakin Skywalker, you could stop thinking right now. And those are money, baby. Those are money must-haves. Absolute must-haves for many Star Wars collectors. Certainly for a hot toy. Buy for me. 1,000%. 1,000%. So really, with this episode of the Obi-Wan series, which was absolutely off the charts, I am seeing 3 figures right from this show today. And the 3 figures being, as I pull this up, the Attack of the Clones-ish Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Attack of the Clones-ish Anakin Skywalker, and the Revenge of the Sith-ish Dark Side Anakin, a.k.a. Darth Vader. Whew! Is this what they call you?
They call him the Wizard.
And while it wasn't the first thing that I thought of when I was watching this today, let me tell you something, baby. Man, it was just so freaking cool that they did it. It was just so freaking cool. If you haven't watched it, you got to watch it. It was so cool. It brought so much joy to my heart. I absolutely loved the way that they did that flashback. Classy, well done, not forced in there. It was really pertaining. It really worked. It was literally fantastic. And there's not a chance in Hoth. There's not a chance in Mustafar that Hot Toys won't capitalize on that. They 1,000% will. And Star Wars is just off the charts right now. And then how many more visions of Darth Vader before he got burned do you need for you to believe that there is a 2.0 coming? Right there, right off the bat, guaranteed for sure. It's coming. It is absolutely coming. Modest says, maybe a Anakin and Vader 2-pack with Vader figure also being sold separately. Perhaps. They can many different ways that they could put this in here. Many different ways. Many different ways. Sean Smith says, modest Obi-Wan, Kenobi, and Leia 2-pack is good for me. Don't think going to Luke Skywalker maybe. Well, we did see Luke. We did see Luke. Come on. I'm going through more of these comments here. Bear with me as I go through it. Can't wait for Padme. Oh, she's coming 1,000%. Probably in that next wave from Attack of the Clones. Come on. Come on. Fifth brother and 2-pack. TK592. No point in buying the old version. We will get a new Dark Side Anakin. No, that's a good comment. And you're 100% right. I really believe you're going to get a couple of head sculpts. You can even get 3. Let me fill up table 77.
This is where the fun begins.
Because I heard this on one of my shows last week, and I forgot who brought it up, or maybe it was one of you. But why not come out with Dark Side Anakin, but then also include the regular Anakin and just switch to head sculpts? Well, I was talking about head sculpts. You could actually have 3 head sculpts. You could actually do a DX version. Why couldn't you? You got DX Luke, right? You could do DX Anakin, convert him to Darth Vader, pre-suit. There's so many ways you could slice and dice this. It's absolutely crazy. Let me fill up table 77 again, baby.
This is where the fun begins.
I got to fill up table 77 now for the 3rd time because now this guy's sitting there.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
Good. Twice the pride, double the fall.
And not to get off topic, but is it possible before they stop making 20th anniversary Attack of the Clones packaging that we'll get Count Dooku reissued straight up? And I say yes. So be careful when you go ahead and spend $500 on Dooku right now. Where's the value? Like at $430, $440. It sells in the mid 400s. That means it sells sometimes low 400s. That means it sells high 500s. Before you go ahead and do that, you may want to consider exercising a little more patience. Is this where the fun begins?
This is where the fun begins.
Come on, baby. 83 in here. Let's smash that like button. You are watching Live and Raw with the Dark Jedi. Aries Tarrington, thank you so much for your support. Everybody that's in here, appreciate you taking time on this Wednesday evening to hang out with me. Go ahead and smash that like button while you're watching. Do appreciate it. I'll continue on. And the collector number 1 goes, remember to hit that like button. Much appreciated. 4K Media Guy asks, what about Qui-Gon? He might show up the last episode. And is it possible that he will? And I say yes. I don't think they're going to conclude this episode. I don't think there's a chance in hell that this ends next week and we don't see Liam Neeson. And I think in your heart you know that as well. And they certainly wouldn't bring up his name 3, 4, 5 times as they've done already to just give us a big letdown. Because Deborah Chow is a pretty savvy director. And as you can see in the credits, she's working with Filoni and Favreau. And they're not dumbasses. So I'm pretty sure they're going to make it happen. I really think so. I'd be shocked if they didn't. And Ito Takanbo says, future pricing for Qui-Gon. I want to continue talking about the series. I want to continue talking about what I'm talking about here at this Attack of the Clones releases and Anakin. But yeah, we could talk about that. Because let me tell you something, baby. I'll pull it right up on the screen. I'll give you the current prices. How about we start with that? And for the longest time, you could pick this up $250, $260 all in. And you could just look at this right here, just back from June 9th. $330 with 10 bids. Wow. Not including the $16.10 in shipping. Not including taxes, which puts this over well over $350. Holy smokes. for this particular figure right here. So you have to wonder, is it possible that if he shows up to conclude what is most likely going to be an epic conclusion that's going to create even more Star Wars phenomenon? Can you even imagine where this figure goes? Would it automatically just jolt right past the $400 tier range and at the very least be sitting where Director Krennic and Count Dooku is within the secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys? And I say, yes. Boy, oh boy, let me give you some advice. If you've got the money for a Qui-Gon, and you really want a Qui-Gon, and this, you could get him around this price right now, I would jump all over this. Because I'm telling you, once he shows up, this is it. And I don't think they would reissue this figure right now. Because I don't think it's high enough yet. I think they'll wait a little bit. Even though I firmly believe you get the dark side Anakin. Even though I firmly believe you get the Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan in conjunction with it, whether they tie it in from the Attack of the Clones 20th anniversary and Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan, or they just straight out call it from the show. They could wait a year on this and let it build up momentum to crash that $400 tier range. They could give it time, give it a year, and let it bash through that $500 tier range. And just like they're coming out with Rogue One figures now, and they can say, oh, by the way, here's Qui-Gon once he gets to $500-600 because he's a damn Jedi. And when they come out with Mace, which they will, and when they go ahead and come out with Kit Fisto, which now that you're getting Cad Bane, they will. And when they come out with Plo Koon, which they will. And when they come out with Ayla Secura and Shakti, which they will. This, just by default, because this is a higher Jedi, is going to go for more, even if he doesn't show up in the Obi-Wan series. So you have to wonder, are you looking at a future Grail possibly? And I say, we'll keep an eye on it, but it's very, very, very possible when you put all of those ingredients together and really consider it. So hopefully I answered that question for you. Edu Takanbu. Knight of Red is in the house. What is up? Good to have you in here for sure. And Mata says, actually, a Force Ghost of a Jedi would be a great convention exclusive. You ain't kidding. And look who's in the house. Woo! Always good to have the big dog pound in the house. And again, today, when I was watching this, I did this so many times. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, my goodness gracious. Good for Health says, Qui-Gon will skyrocket once you see Padawan Obi-Wan announced. Yeah, that too. That too. But I think it's going to even skyrocket before then, my friend. Knight of Ren says, I got the Attack of the Clones Yoda in the other day. Great figure. What that one doing in the secondary market? Well, listen, baby. It is insane right now. Let me pull up something for you that's ongoing, Knight of Ren. I mean, this is insanity. So this one's ongoing. And it still has 5 hours left. Already has 9 watchers. So people are considering buying this. It already has a bid too. with $16.10 in shipping not included, for an opening bid of $370 for a figure that was just recently reissued. And not only just recently reissued, but when it was up in stock at Sideshow was $195. Go ahead and compute that. Interesting, isn't it? Everything Star Wars is hot. Again, where's the bargain bin? You got figures like Rey and BB-8, Rey and Dio. You got figures like this that have absolutely zero to do with anything going on right now in this show. And you could look right here. Just ended today. A crate Luke from the sequels. From The Last Jedi. That had a little bit of controversy, didn't it? $335 with 7 bids. Not including the $12.45 in shipping, which is pretty reasonable shipping, actually. Usually around $20, $25. Not including taxes. Wow. And Luke is hot. As you could tell in the primary market with the DX-25. As you could tell with the primary market with the Luke Snowspeeder pilot. As you could tell with the primary market with the upcoming Mandalorian Luke Skywalker release later this year. Luke is just hot. Trying to get a Luke Stormtrooper from A New Hope, trying to get the Foreign Boy Luke Skywalker. Both those head sculpts are very antiquated. They're fantastic, but they're out. I mean, come on. And forget about the Luke Skywalker Endor one. It's absolutely off the charts. And I was telling you that set was going to be insane, especially the deluxe one. But no, it's Luke Skywalker. There's the Luke Skywalker we hope we had the whole of Last Jedi. We hope didn't die either, but we didn't get that. But anyway. What does this have to do right now with the Obi-Wan series? I mean, seriously. Nothing. Now, look what helped this auction. And a shout out to my friend Ray from Hot Toys, even though this isn't his, but he always does stuff like this. Look at these pictures. And when you take pictures like Ray and you're an outstanding seller, and people really get to see without asking you a damn question what it looks like, and someone takes the time because they're really looking to sell it to show all these little conceivable details, it goes a long way in having security. And people will spend the money to get something that's in good condition. And people will spend the money to get something that is in like new condition, even versus new. And you can see it right with this price point right here. Very, very good details. Very, very good pictures. And wow. I mean, you take a look, the detail on here. This is a great figure. I do got this figure. I love this figure. I don't have the Hobo Luke, no. I don't have the Force Awakens Luke, no. But I got this Luke. Yeah. $335. Insane. Absolutely insane. Again, what does this have to do with the Obi-Wan series? Why isn't it in the bargain bin? Why isn't it too many? Oh, maybe the same reason that there's not too many vintage toys either. Because that's even more of those they keep selling. Again, Star Wars, slightly different market, slightly different things to consider. For sure. Always. Going in some of these here. Glad I got to answer your question. AZ Figures, time to sell my Qui-Gon. Well, I know a lot of people selling their dark side Anakin. So I totally understand. What about Max Rebo? Look, baby, I need a clip of Max Rebo. I would do this. Let me ask you a question, Modest. Did we get you know, I mean, come on. I mean, come on. I mean, did we get the KX Enforcer droid? We're getting an alien finally. Cad Bane. Yeah, I do think we're going to get Max Rebo, and it wouldn't surprise me. I really do. I wouldn't. It wouldn't shock me. Any of these, to be honest with you. Whew, 370. 370. I saw this Yoda. Yeah. Crate Luke 335. Yeah, well, exactly. Joe P says Snowspeeder Luke is hot. Pick it up now so you don't have to be watching it on eBay this time next year. Look, boy, that's a great point. And I'm going to stress this again. If you're not a Star Wars freak or you really don't care for Luke, don't pick it up because it's going to get hot. It's going to get hot. There's a lot of figures that are going to get hot. But if you're a Luke fan and you love that Luke Snowspeeder pilot, you think Crate Luke is high? Oh, baby. 40th anniversary packaging, which they will never reissue that again in that packaging. Maybe a 45th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back, or 42 and a half, but never the 40th. And they may just reissue it regular Hot Toys packaging, but they're never going to do it that. That thing's going to be insane. So that is a very, very good call. Sean Smith says, collecting madness, I pass on Obi-Wan Kenobi, the head not right to me, but I will get the Obi-Wan Kenobi show one for sure. No, I think a lot of people are going to jump on that, including myself. Joe P says, same areas. This is the sequel trilogy Luke to have. Right. I agree. If you're going to have a sequel trilogy Luke, I would for me and you, this is the best one. For sure. 86 in here. Go ahead and smash that like button. You are watching Live and Raw with the Dark Jedi. Happy to answer these questions as we continue to go through. I'm glad that I have data readily available to answer some of these questions. I kind of feel like I'm on the ball today, that I'm on the mark, that I'm sharp, and I'm able to answer these questions. You have to wonder, is this what they call me, or is this what they call you? Because they're asking the right questions.
They call him the Wizard.
Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go back up to this banner, which is what we're talking about on this show. Which, again, if you don't have 6scalecantina.com bookmarked, you may want to consider doing so. It is such a fun website to be able to look at all this work that the Dark Jedi puts into the secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys, and also in the secondary market for Marvel. Go ahead and check out the tab, the Marvel market value chart. You can see what's under construction already. Can't wait for that robust chart to come out. And it is a completely different story. It's going to be very interesting to draw the parallels between Marvel and Star Wars when it comes to Hot Toys. And remember what I've been telling you. There's going to be comparisons, and you're going to be able to draw comparisons. You can't just do it 100% totally completely. Because Marvel is built on comics, and Star Wars is built on a movie. And furthermore, Star Wars is built on toys. And that whole collecting phenomenon from Star Wars started with toys. And remember, not statues. And the ultimate toy, we all know what it is. That's commercialized. And that's a hot toy. And that's what's going on right now. In some capacity. Man, this episode, let me know if you like this Obi-Wan show today. Let me know how you think it's going to end. I'm going to give you my predictions right now of what's going to happen next week. You see Obi-Wan front and center on this banner. I told you, number one, we're going to get a dark side Anakin. And you're going to get it from the show, or they're going to tie it in from Revenge of the Sith. One way or another, somehow, some way, it's going to happen. Now that you saw an Attack of the Clones-ish Anakin Skywalker in this episode today, now that you saw an Attack of the Clones-ish Obi-Wan Kenobi from this episode today, now you're going to get that as well. My belief is going to be it's going to be an Attack of the Clones packaging, and they're going to reference the Obi-Wan series while they're in it. Does that mean that we'll get a head sculpt from the CGI or from what they use today? Yes. Could they just come out with those from today? Yes. But I don't really think they're going to come out with those just from the series and then also give you an Attack of the Clones one with the packaging. I really don't. You're not going to have two Attack of the Clones Obi-Wans up. You're just not. You're not going to have two Anakin Skywalkers up. No. They're going to find a way to work them in together, and they're going to find a way to use that Attack of the Clones packaging is my call, because that's going to be the attractive packaging. And they're going to find a way to put these in there, and they're going to find a way to take the hype and the excitement from the Obi-Wan series, and they're going to mention it in there just like the other two figures, where they mentioned Revenge of the Sith, where they mentioned the Clone Wars animated series. And I believe they're going to do the same things. So I think just from today's episode, you can mark it down that you'll get another Dark Side Anakin, a.k.a. Darth Vader, without being burnt. You're going to get Attack of the Clones Anakin, and an Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan. So enough of that. How about the Dark Lord of the Sith today? How about how badass this is? And wow, I mean, let's go ahead and fill up table 1, where the Dark Lord sits, where it's also dangerous. Not quite as dangerous as table 66. But man, don't get a job working for this guy is my advice.
Apology accepted, Captain Nida.
And now you're hired to take his place. And you say, thank you, my lord. Yes, thank you. Oh, crap. Woo! Man. That was freaking cool today. Come on. I rate this show out of a 1 to 10. I'm going to give it a 2 trillion. If you demand a Mr. Spock answer, fine. I give it a 10 out of 1 to 10. That's how much I enjoyed it. To see Darth Vader with the voice of James Earl Jones in his badassery, all in there. And to see what they did with the third sister and the real Grand Inquisitor. What a damn plot twist. How epic. I am just quite beside myself as we fill up the droids at table 10.
How rude.
What joy. Man, Deborah Chow. Good job, girl. Toast to you. One of the best pieces of Star Wars I've ever seen. What's going to happen in the episodes next week? In the episode next week. Here's my call. We're going to see Liam Neeson. We're going to see Yoda. So watch out for Qui-Gon and watch out for Yoda. Be interested to see what Yoda looks like at this point. Boy, what an opportunity to get another Yoda. To have a Yoda that's not quite the Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith one, and also have a Yoda that's not quite the Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi one. Can you smell what the Hot Toys wizard is cooking? Woo! That would be absolutely epic. And if we do see Yoda, you could bet your bottom dollar there'll be an Obi-Wan series Yoda that they'll take out of it. Possibly we could see the Emperor next week. I think they're saving a lot of big bang for next week's episode. Put it to you that way. They know that we expect a big bang. They know that we expect an after credits scene. They know that we're expecting a payoff. As if this episode wasn't a payoff. And the last episode wasn't a payoff. And the episode before that wasn't a payoff. And the first 2 episodes weren't a payoff. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Wow. I think we're in for some great, great stuff next week. And I'm still a little bit surprised we haven't just got a generic Obi-Wan yet from this show, from Hot Toys, which is going to lead me into the next part of what I want to talk about here. But give me your thoughts on what you think is going to happen next week. I'll talk about it. We could talk about it the rest of the show. We've got to talk about some of these figures that hit Waitlist. We've got to talk about Cad Bane. We've got to talk about the next wave of thrills, which actually ties into what we're talking about here, which I think you're going to see with what you saw today, and it's tied in. Can you even imagine if there's a flashback next week with Obi-Wan and his General Kenobi from the Clone Wars? A lot of people are looking for that figure. I think that there's just so much that we could talk about with this. It's really just not even funny. It is absolutely insanity right now. The Thor 2941 says, I say we see Obi-Wan finally communicating with Qui-Gon and Vader with the Emperor via hologram. Yeah, I think that there will be a dichotomy. That's where I'm heading with that. And that's very, very smart on your part as I fill up table 66 another time.
Everything that has transpired has done so according to my design.
Because you have to wonder, wouldn't it be fitting if Obi-Wan does communicate with Qui-Gon to have the complete opposite happen? With Lord Vader communicating with Lord Sidious? And I say yes. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But that's a really, really good call. It's a really, really good call. Let's continue to look at some of these over here. Is Reva Mace Windu's daughter? You have to wonder. Maul lived and he was cut in half. Just talking about that with my oldest daughter yesterday. He was literally cut in half. He was cut in half. And he lived and fell down. How many stories? I mean, you get cut in half and use the Force to make sure that you know. And don't blame Rian Johnson for that. Don't blame Kathleen Kennedy for that. You can blame George Lucas. I know you love George Lucas, right? Which is why Darth Maul is going to be coming back. So make sure you blame him because he's the one that wants it. I don't want to hear no Kathleen Kennedy or Rian Johnson with her J.J. Abrams. Why can't they keep the integrity of Star Wars? Because they never have. And they never will. Because he knew he made a big blunder when he killed him. He's not going to make a new character to make us happy. So that's why. Oh, Force choked those bots out of existence. Well, somebody did. Vader caught that ship in midair. Badass. I know. Did you see that, man? He was just like, boom. And then he like ripped it open. I'm like, holy dude. How is Obi-Wan going to match up with him next week? He's got to have a Qui-Gon moment. And listen, I really believe they're going to have that last battle. Because a couple of the images that they teased, I believe shows Vader on Tatooine with the lightsaber. I think it's going to happen. We'll see. Table 66 over here. Yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Everything that has transpired has done so according to my design.
Single songwriter in the house. What if Qui-Gon didn't die? And that is why Kenobi never seen a Force ghost. What a finale that would make. This is quite literally the first person I ever heard bring this up. I mean, like seriously. So let me play this for the single songwriter, because maybe this is what they call it.
They call him the Wizard.
Because you have to wonder. Cobb Vanth's obviously going to be alive. Boba Fett's alive. Darth Maul's alive. Somehow this guy is alive. Yeah, it's a good point. Boy, that would be pretty
Cool.
Probably some people would bitch and moan over that. I know what I would do. If I could get Liam Neeson back, man, I would be like freaking this all day. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Oh, come on. Come on. Are you kidding me? You know what I'm about to flash up on the screen, right? Are we ready to spill some coffee? Because I just want to put it up because that's the next thing I want to talk about, but I don't want to ignore your chats. Somehow Palpatine returned. Valiant Archer, good to have you in here. Qui-Gon now doing his own rule of two for Jedi. Sean Smith said he did a WWE straight up with that ship lay, the smackdown on the ship. And what you gonna do when you watch episode 5 of the Obi-Wan series? What you gonna do? Holy moly. Riley's in the house. One of the Wonder Twins putting in, imagine Obi-Wan and Vader fighting on Tatooine with the twin sons. Ooh. Wonder Twin. I'm right with you. The Thor says, I'm going to spill my coffee if I ever see Count Dooku's severed head. It's possible. But I think single songwriters, I can see a twist with Qui-Gon. I've never thought of that before, to be quite honest, until single songwriter. So I'm going to give single songwriter some props here. Because I really do see with creative story writing how that's viable. Unfortunately, the Thor, I don't see this. And, I'm all full of possibilities. But you do have to wonder as I fill you back up on table 2, baby.
This drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Another one back from the dead. Another. Aye. Absolutely crazy. When will we be getting new reveals? No, let's get right to it. Are you kidding me? So look, I was telling you about this. that was a 100% guarantee, and that I heard from the Hot Toys Wizard. No matter how much despair you thought that there was that we may not get a Cad Bane, no matter how much despair that there was, that, I don't know if they're going to be making a lot with the Book of Boba Fett series, that they were going to be making a ton with the Book of Boba Fett series. Now, not only are you getting the Cobb Vanth from the Book of Boba Fett, now you're going to be getting Cad Bane. And this is absolutely unbelievable. And you have to wonder, is it possible that this opens the door for a chain reaction of more aliens to follow, such as Kit Fisto? That was one of these figures that were kind of in the crypt, that a lot of them have been resurrected. And I say, yes, for sure. 75 in here. Please go ahead and smash that like button. You are watching live and raw with the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington. Thank you for spending your Wednesday evening at 6 Scale Cantina. I so very much appreciate your support. And hit that like button while you're at it. And if you watch me a lot and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that like button. I do appreciate that. I really, really do. But look, baby. This is absolutely a phenomenal announcement for them to go ahead and do this in the middle of the Obi-Wan series. In the middle of all the heat that they gave us in May. In the middle of all the promises that they delivered in May as well. To go ahead and to show this is coming is absolutely unbelievable and further clarifies where they're going. And you could rest assured, just as the Hot Toys Wizard interrupted this program so many times, showing that clip of Cad Bane and Obi-Wan. You know what I'm talking about. I played that one before many times. That this was going to happen. You know what I'm talking about. Just in case you forgot about that wizard interruption. And you can rest assured now you're going to get a Timothy Olyphant head sculpt with that Cobb Vanth, which is going to be coming in very short order along with this. Because you absolutely have to have Cobb Vanth with this figure. And this is something that so many collectors, that so many Star Wars fans wanted. They wanted a Cad Bane, and now you're going to get it. And you're also going to get Cobb Vanth. And really, when you saw him in the ending credit scenes, they're obviously investing a ton into Timothy Olyphant and that character for the future. Absolutely, you're going to get that figure as well. So right there, there's two more figures from the Book of Boba Fett. Does this mean you're also going to get Chrysanthemum?
Always a bigger fish.
As I go ahead and, fill up table 10 with the droids, pilots, and the passengers. Fill it again.
There's always a bigger fish.
Yeah, you're going to get Chrysanthemum too. And remember, you still haven't gotten Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett. It's very important to remember because you're going to get that as well. But they also have to concentrate on the Obi-Wan series. Yeah, they do. But they also promised another wave of thrills for just Attack of the Clones. Yeah, they did. But Aries, they also promised all 5 of the Bad Batch. Yeah, you're right. Remember, when you go to 6scalecantina.com, there's a great section on the homepage right underneath the biggest mover section. It's a Star Wars Marvel comparison. You got 35 pre-orders for Marvel in 2023. 35. Putting all the deluxes together into one. You got 12 for Star Wars. What they have to concentrate on is making money. And they're 1,000% going to be putting those out, baby. 1,000%. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. 81 in here. Smash the like button. Single songwriter says, maybe we get a DX book of Boba Fett with the Purr's eyes. Oh, that would be sick, dude. That would be sick, dude. That would be sick. Wow. That's interesting. A couple of big things up here today. Beskar Kid. Cheers, my dude. Still on episode 5 high. I know. Oh, my goodness gracious. Come on. Charlie the Unicorn says, I feel bad buying a DC hot toy with so much heat around Marvel, Iron Man's, and increasingly Star Wars. Don't feel bad. Buy what you like. Look how much heat is around Darkside Anakin. You don't see me selling mine, for instance, because I don't really care about that. And I know if they straight out reissued it, I would still get back what I paid for it anyway. You know, it was $400 all in. It was a little bit more, obviously more than retail, but that's what happens. Anthony's in the house. Anthony Beneri. I want Tuskens and Gamorreans badly from the Boba show. Look, I bring it up continually. That series, the last few episodes of that series, the Nielsen ratings were off the chart. And the last one destroyed the last episode of The Mandalorian Season 2. And everyone got hyped up for The Mandalorian Season 2. And everyone can't wait as I fill up table 2 with Thor for this guy to return.
This is the way.
So, yeah, it's you're going to get quite a bit. Starkiller says, so true, Aries. You need a Cobb Vanth as well. No, you absolutely do. Absolutely do. And I think they want to put out the Cobb Vanth, the Cad Bane first that you're seeing right there on the screen, which is absolutely epic news. Absolutely epic news. Modest says, I feel like they are only starting to dig into the Clone Wars, and when opportunities like these happen, they take it. Oh, absolutely. It's a good call. Van City Collectibles Gaming's in the house. It's the Wizard. Or is this what they call you, Van City?
They call him the Wizard.
Good to have you in here, my friend, for sure. The collector number 1 is in the house, and the collector number 1, my good friend, says, Cad Bane is my 100% purchase. No questions asked. Oh, yeah, me too. Knight of Ren. Plo Koon, Kit Fisto, Cad Bane opens a big door for it. Does. It really does. We got to consider that. Especially if they see Cad Bane go through the roof, which he will. I mean, this will be a number 1 selling figure for sure. When you sort it out best-selling wise, for sure. You could just mark it down right now. Mandalorian Huntress goes ahead and puts in woo for the big dog pound. And a big dog pound, speaking of him, the force is strong with this channel. Thank you so much there, Big Dog Pound. I so very much do appreciate that, my friend. And I got to fill you up at table 3 because remember, it's not a question of if as I fill up table 3. It's a question of when, everybody.
General Kenobi, you are a bold one.
Woo-wee! Big Dog Pound, super chat. I really appreciate that support. Thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely just crazy right now. Charlie the Unicorn says, Aries, may I have a refreshment at the coldest table in the cantina? Oh. Well, is this a question of if or is this a question of when, too, as I fill you up since you asked?
Right, I'll see you shortly. There's a meteorite that hit the ground near here. I want to check it out. It won't take long.
I could look at some of my past videos where I talk about what's going on in the secondary market. 4K Media guy says, when do you think we will get Omega to complete the Bad Batch? I think that once they come out, once they announce when this series is, the second season is going to come, you're going to get one before, and then you're going to get probably a couple during, including that. So that's going to come. For sure. For sure. Primetime Review says, let's hit that like button, everyone. Fill me up at table 5, Aries. I'll fill you up with Popsick. I'll fill you up with you. I'll fill you up with whoever else is sitting there with the little guy, Grogu. Let's go, baby. Ugh. Between him and filling up table 2 again where the Thor is sitting, between him and this guy,
This is the way.
Star Wars is in a very different place since after The Last Jedi. Absolutely. Single songwriter goes, General Kenobi, ha, ha, ha. You are a bold one. I'm telling you, because you...
This is an emergency interruption from the Hot Toys Wizard. And as you can clearly see, I've taken on the likeness of TK Foma. Now, I'm on a mission to try and locate where my friend CT Suckett is. And now, you are going to join me in this ongoing investigation. A clue, another clue I've just discovered. Look at this 501st helmet from Hot Toys. What is it doing here above the waters? Where are these waters anyway? Are these the waters on Kamino? Look, Commander Cody's helmet. Again, what does this mean? I don't even see the whole toy. But this is Commander Cody's helmet. How does this help me find CC Tuckett? Look, I think I see Grogu. Is that him right there? How did he get here? What is going on? And is it possible that we're going to get more of those Grogu? Let's continue. Oh, and look, droid ruins. More droid ruins. I think that was from the last time. Is there something there? And look, it looks like Captain Rex's helmet. I was working with Captain Rex the last time, and it looks like they shrunk him down. Why did they shrink him? Why is he so small? What does all of this mean? Does it mean we're going to get 1 clone, 2 clones, 3 clones, 4 clones, 5 clones, 6 clones? Well, heck, we already got 6 clones in the month of May. What about before the month of June is over? Could we get 7 clones, 8 clones, 9 clones, 10 clones? It's crazy. Remember, I don't always buy coffee out, but when I do, I buy it from Aries at 6 Scale Cantina, but I use my own wizard sugar. Take it easy.
The Hot Toys Wizard in the house here at 6 Scale Cantina. disguised not as Deborah Chow, disguised not as Julia Roberts, disguised not as Daisy Ridley, but disguised as your favorite clone, TK FOMO. And you have to wonder, would Hot Toys and Howard Chan actually ever put out a TK FOMO? I guarantee you at this point, he would be a number one seller, at least for a day. At least for a day. Come on. Oh, my goodness gracious. Continuing to go down over here. AJ Argusa is in here saying, posing Hot Toys here and riding the high from episode 5 right with you. Can't wait for some amazing figures. Thanks, as always, for the fun content. We like to keep it fun and positive here for sure. Come on, my friend. Come on. Max's Geekdom's in the house as a wizard. There you go. There you go. There you go. Good to have you in here. Wizard breaking the show, says the Star Killer. Single songwriter goes, my face and arms are sunburned from putting in a pool like that last weekend. There you go, baby. There you go. Come on. The Wizard breaking news. And the Star Killer, single songwriter. That clone dance is hypnotizing. I know, right? And look who's in here. Aloha and good afternoon from the 808 Michigan Jedi. And we got to fill him up on table 88 as he is in here. So let's go ahead and do that. Grogu bounces over there. Come on. And the 808 Michigan Jedi just missing the interruption from the Hot Toys Wizard. Come on, come on. The Thor says, bucket list cannonballing into that pool. You know it, baby. Lane Kramer with the $2 drop says, so Aries, Dark Side Anakin, are you sure? I don't know, Lane. He keeps selling like that. I'm pretty sure everyone wants it. If you put it up there for $900 or $1,000, they may not jump on that yet, but leave it up there. It'll sell. Especially. Ooh, man. One of the most insane figures right now in the secondary market for Star Wars Hot Toys is Dark Side Anakin, which is Darth Vader. And everybody wants Lane. Darth Vader. And listen, I will fill up table 1 again with the Dark Lords, just in case you forgot, Lane, who the Dark Lord of the Sith is, and just how powerful, if you didn't watch episode 5 today, he is.
Apology accepted, Captain Nida.
And Lane, I heard that Lord Vader right there is hiring at table 1. So if you want that job, thanks, Lane, for the $2 drop. Always appreciate it. Continuing to go down over here. Dig that hat, says Dark Chopper. Dig that hat, Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington. Pass the spice and spin Dark Side while we wait for. While we wait for the snow speeder Luke to ship, ticking away the moments that make up a dull day. Yeah, and I fritter and waste the hours in an offhand way. Yes, baby, we did it, Darth Chopper. I owe you a beer because I know you just said that after I did that. At 808 Michigan Jedi puts in here, I just tuned in and saw the Wizard shaking it up. Hot Toys head office. There you go, 808. That's often. And look who's in here. Metamorphic Customs. Looking forward to the Cad Bane. And is it possible, Metamorphic Customs, that I'm looking forward to the next project I'm going to ask you to do? Because you absolutely blew me away with that diorama that you made here. And I say, yes, for my DX16, which is absolutely freaking awesome. So a little shout out there to Metamorphic Customs, does fantastic work. You got to go back on my channel and look at some of that stuff that he has done. Pretty awesome stuff there. Good to have Desi in here. And the Thor with the $2 drop says, never question the Dark. Listen, I you can question me. I've been wrong. It's just that the wizard hasn't been wrong.
They call him the Wizard.
And really, I just wouldn't question this guy.
Apology accepted, Captain Nida.
Man, just seeing Darth Vader today in this episode too, it just further emphasizes, like what I just showed there from The Empire Strikes Back, just how much of the ultimate villain this guy is. I mean, I'm just being honest with you, man. I mean, it is just epic right now. Seeing Darth Vader like this, it really, really is. Thank you so much to Thor for that $2 drop. Much, much appreciated. TX Boy says, no doubt we're getting a reissue of Dark Side Anakin. Flippers better hurry up and sell. No, we are. And we're going to get something from this series. They already showed Dark Side Anakin twice. Now, he didn't have the glowing eyes, but that's not a problem, because they could go ahead and give you 2 head sculpts. And someone brought it up last week that they may give you, Revenge of the Sith Anakin with the Dark Side Anakin with 2 head sculpts with rolling eyes function. And they could certainly incorporate the head sculpt from this show. Like I was pointing out earlier in the program, if you were missing it. Again, look what they did with the first wave of thrills from Attack of the Clones. They gave you the jet trooper there, whatever that was, clone pilot, and then went ahead and cited the Clone Wars animated series. They gave you the clone trooper, went ahead and cited Revenge of the Sith. Both of those have nothing to do with Attack of the Clones. They could do the same darn thing here today, and that's what I think that they're going to do. Matter of fact, you could go ahead and book it, Dana, like I said earlier. The collected number goes, Metamorphic Customs. It's going to be good. I know. I can't wait for that Cad Bane. Hold my balls is in the house. Yo, Aries. Vader said, hold my balls. Look, are you sure that that's what he said? I got to go back and watch it. He said, hold my balls. Oh, my God. Well, I sure he didn't say this.
The thing that happens now is happening now.
What happened to then?
We passed then.
When?
Just now. We're at now.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
Good to have hold my balls in the house. Filling them up at table 1. 87 in here. Click the like button right now. Come on. Come on. The robot haters in here. A couple of haters. Is this a spoiler-free chat? No. I've been giving spoilers, so get out of here if you don't want it. For sure, dude. Get out and come back after you watch it. It's still good to have you in here, Anthony. But yes, I'm talking spoilers a little bit anyway. 808 says, definitely want to see this Cad Bane figure. It's epic. Link, hey, Aries. Charlie, well, you could question Vader, but it might not end up going your way. I know, right? I know. A saucer full of secrets and a nice pair. Gotta throw that in there. Come on. How about relics? How about Lucifer Sam? Darth Vader just might take your breath away. I know. That's pretty damn good. That's a good one. That's good. Yes, goodness gracious. Looking at some of these in here. Come on. Look at some of these in here. Look. So, gonna get Metamorphic Customs again in here. Cad Bane. Again, what does this mean? It means that they're fully invested in Star Wars, and you can't go by exactly if they're going to be putting out figures right when the show is over. They could put out the figures months after the show is over, as you're seeing here with Cad Bane, as you're going to see with Cobb Vanth. Mark my words, as you're going to see with a Boba Fett from there, and as you're probably going to see with another armor, and as you're going to see with a chrysanthemum. Wow, that's a lot of figures, isn't it? Yes. Now forget about the Obi-Wan series, because you know you're going to get a ton from that. And we don't even know what's going to happen next week. And again, as I pull up 6scalecheetah.com, there's a section at the very bottom of it. It gives you a Star Wars and Marvel's Hot Toys comparison. And when you scroll all the way under that whole page to the last section, in which I actually have to update, but I'll still put it up on here. 12 pre-orders for Star Wars, so you include deluxe, putting them all together. 35 for Marvel, right there on the screen, in 2023, not including quarter scale. And this is where they're making their huge bread and butter right now. So seeing Cad Bane is not a surprise. It's a must. Seeing Cobb Vanth will not be a surprise. It's a must. Seeing Chrysanthemum will not be a surprise. It's a must, especially because you're going to be getting another OT Chewie very soon. Yes, you will. Including the Han. It's coming. It's coming, for sure. So again, you got to factor that into. They've got to fill up these pre-orders. They're not even in 2024. And you can rest assured with Marvel, they're going to get over 40. And even though I got to update this section over here now with Cad Bane and get rid of the month of May, you could go back and remember everything that they gave you on that May 4th day, which had nothing to do with the Book of Boba Fett. Had nothing to do with the Obi-Wan series. Had nothing to do with The Mandalorian. Had to do with Attack of the Clones, of all things. And you got C-3PO, and you got R2, and you got that clone trooper, which they referenced Revenge of the Sith in. And you got that battle droid, which they also teased Mace Windu in. And you got that clone pilot, which they referenced the animated series of the Clone Wars in. And you have to wonder, is it possible that they're going to do the same thing? And they're going to give you the Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan and the Attack of the Clones Anakin in this packaging. Just like I have up here from this batter, from this episode 5 today. This episode 5 today, which is one of the most epic pieces of Star Wars that Dark Jedi has ever seen. Particularly because of how they worked Darth Vader in this, which was totally magical. Not only was it magical, it was fun, like Empire Strikes Back. I had anticipation like Empire Strikes Back. I was just like, dang. It was really good with the Dark Lord. But they're 1,000% going to capitalize on the Attack of the Clone-ish looking Anakin Skywalker here. They're 1,000% going to capitalize on the Attack of the Clone-ish looking Obi-Wan here. And in my view, they're going to release it in Attack of the Clones packaging. And they're going to reference the Obi-Wan series, just like that I showed you I was talking about with the Clone Pilot and the Clone Trooper. And that's where I believe it's going to go. As far as the Dark Side Anakin, you've already seen him in here twice in the series. I believe he had the glowing eyes on the desert. Some people can't tell. I believe that that's what it was. Doesn't really matter. He's not going to glow all the time. It's still Dark Side Anakin. It's still Darth Vader. It's still Darth Vader. Okay? After this moment, it's Darth Vader. After he pledges allegiance, that's what you're talking about. So they're going to do it. They could do it multiple head sculpts. They could do it by intertwining Revenge of the Sith with the Obi-Wan series. They're going to do this. They already set that up for us to do that. With this release right here, this first wave of thrills. And remember, they got a second wave of thrills coming. And remember, somebody mentioned in the chat, we've got the Bad Batch coming. So they're going to fill up all these pre-orders, as I referenced back over here. And what about production numbers, which is going to be the last leg of this show I'm going to talk about? Because you see that up on this banner as well. What's going on right there? And look, I've told you this before, not with every figure, but I believe with a vast array of future releases, it's going to be more reuses of molds and less production of one particular release, but reuses of that mold that they invested in so that they could capitalize off that investment and get a return and get an ROI on that investment, return on investment, for years to come. That's how I think that they're going to go. Because they could only sell so many, even though that there are so many collectors that are coming in. And they are going to be coming out with a lot of releases. And I've been telling you since last year when I started this channel that this is what I thought that they were going to do. Right now, we're starting to see signs that that's what they're doing. And pulling up everything best-selling wise up at Sideshow. And hit that like button. You are watching live and raw with the Dark Jedi. Smash that like button right now. Pause what you're doing. I'm serving you up. You could tip the Dark Jedi by smashing the like button. And if you've never subscribed before, what are you waiting for, baby? Hit the subscribe button. Waitlist open. And you have to wonder, did the Hot Toys wizard say that this could potentially happen again? Now, here's the thing. I'm not totally convinced of this. Even though I do believe it's going to happen again. With something that gets, released at Hong Kong. And before it gets here, it goes. It's going to happen again. It's happened before. It's happened with Mud Trooper. It's happened before that. Happened with Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. Again, what happens then is the same thing happening then. It's happening now. It really, really is. It gets confusing when they try and make releases simultaneously with Hong Kong and you don't got that same 9 to 11 month span of waiting. Because it's already released overseas, but it still says pre-order for 5-6 months here before it says in stock, which is why it stays in stock in the past for just 3 to 4 months. And you think it's only been in stock for 3, but it's been out for almost a year. So nothing's really changed. And I've tried to bring up that point. Hopefully you get it. My point is, I'm not totally convinced that this won't come back in stock. I'm really not. We'll keep an eye on it. But the other side of the token is as well, I'm also not totally shocked either. Because they have this mold. And this is a novelty item. And not a whole lot of collectors are going to troop build this. But they can use this mold over and over again, can't they? Sure they can. And they're going to use it over and over again. And they don't have to produce 40,000 of these to get their money's worth out of this mold. They just don't. There's no reason to. So whether this comes back in stock or not, there's too many figures that are out for them to be producing best car Mandalorian numbers on these. Well, Ares, they got to produce a lot of that KX Enforcer droid in order to get return on investment on. I understand that. So they're going to come out with another K2SO variant. They will? Sure, why not? They've used that Leia head sculpt 3 times already. You don't think they're going to use it a 4th? Those Leias are unbelievable. And they all soar in the secondary market. And they all sell out on Sideshow. So why wouldn't they reuse it again? This is the way they're going to go. And let's fill up table 2 in that view.
This is the way.
This is the way for them to make money. This is the way a lot of companies that are manufacturers make money. You pay for a mold, you get so much mileage out of that mold, and you get to run it. Just because it has a different paint job on certain areas, or just because you got to rework something here or there, that's a different story altogether. But it's nowhere near as much as the mold. When you go ahead and get these core assemblies done and things of that nature, that's what's important, is how many times you can use it. You can change the formula over and over. That's where I think they're going to go. Yeah. Wife of 808 Michigan Jedi is in the house. And before I answer her question, let me go ahead and fill her up with the 808 Michigan Jedi at table 88 with Grogu bouncing back and forth from 5 to 88. Aries, why do you call yourself the Dark Jedi? You seem too nice to be the Dark Jedi. Well, Dark Jedis are kind of like, it's kind of like, okay, I really believe the ways of the Sith, or I really embrace the ways of the Jedi. And it's kind of like just being like independent. It's kind of like, I feel like a Dark Jedi is kind of like, I don't know. It just kind of rings true. That's all I could say. But, Dark Jedi spill their coffee like this. But thank you so much, wife of 808 Michigan Jedi. I appreciate the support for sure. Hold My Ball says, yes, I'm ready for all the clothes. Well, you better hold your balls as you get ready, my friend. The collector number 1 says, we're going to get so many clothes. I know, like TK Fobo interrupted the show earlier, right? You're going to get a ton. You're going to get a ton. For sure. Sounds like Aries is quoting Battlestar Galactica. Yes, and you're talking about the second iteration done by Ronald D. Moore. All of this has happened before, and all of it will happen again. Cylon 6. Yes. Those are one of my favorite Cylons, the 6s. Same thing with Baltar. For sure, I love Battlestar Galactica. Man, could you imagine if Hot Toys did that? Whew-wee. Aries, says the collector number 1. Who's laughing there? Songwriter goes, we all know that Aries is really a Mandalorian Jedi. This is the way. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go ahead and play that for him.
This is the way.
Or for me. Yeah, so this is what's going to happen here. Let me know what you think. Do you guys think that this is going to come back in stock? Do you think that it's over now? I wouldn't get too concerned about it, but it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on it. If it does stay out of stock, it's going to really show how, wow, they're going to keep low on some of these. You're going to have to jump on them. Sometimes they sacrifice one figure or another, one item or another to get people like, oh, you got to jump on that in the future. It could be different things. Either way, though, it's real interesting with this for sure. How many of you pre-ordered this? How many of you are getting this? How many of you are disappointed in this figure, that you're not able to get this figure? How many of you could care less? about this chrome, version right here. It is very, very interesting indeed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Death Trooper black chrome one. That one's not. And, it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on this to see if this one follows suits for sure. Very, very interesting indeed. Charlie the Unicorn puts in, only true clone I'm buying. Okay. Hold My Ball says, I didn't get the chrome clone trooper, but I did get the Death Trooper. Joe P says, I got the clone trooper, just one. Big Dog Pound. Woo! I pre-ordered one. Single Songwriter puts up in here, it's over. There was around 500 available for each of the Chrome Clone and Chrome Death Trooper. And if that's the case there, how are they able to do that and make money off that, Single Songwriter? Let me ask you and everybody in the chat that question. And the way that they're able to do that, my friend, is they're able to do it through using the same mold, changing some of the formula with it, which is obviously putting it with the chrome plating, adding a little this, adding a little that. If it's some with a head sculpt, changing the paint here, changing that a little bit. But they're able to get reuse of that, and I think that you're going to see a whole lot more of that, from Hot Toys for Star Wars for sure. And when you go ahead and going back to 6-Scale Cantina, 6scalecantina.com, how are they going to fill up as you go to the homepage and go below the biggest movers section? Again, looking at that biggest movers section, it's been crazy. And we're going to end with a couple of those things there. Star Wars versus Marvel, 12 pre-orders in 2023 versus 35, not including quarter scale, mapping in all these 12 and 35 into combining deluxes all together. I really believe that at the very least, probably 33%, I said this in my last episode, probably 33% of everything that we're going to get for the remainder of this year is going to be clone-based or trooper-based. It's going to be a trooper with a trooper, or have a trooper with a Tamora Morrison head sculpt versus the other side. I really do. I really do. I think they're going to go insane on these troopers, and they're going to fill up a lot of pre-orders are going to be on troopers, and there's going to be troopers galore. And like TK Fobo said, whether it be 1 clone, 2 clones, 3 clones, 4 clones, 5 clones, 6 clones. Remember, you got 6 just in May. So, including the 2 that we're just showing up on the screen. So, something we're going to have to keep an eye on for sure. All right, let me go to the last segment before I close the show. This is the last roll call. Let me know. We're at the 2-hour mark, and the Dark Jedi is going to get out of here for the night. But first, we got one more topic to get into. And let me pull this up onto the screen and show you a little bit with some of this heat, what is going on in the secondary market. So I pulled up before, the Loot Crate at 335 that just ended. Let's go ahead and pull up the Attack of the Clones again. Again, still has 3 hours left, has 10 watchers, already has 1 bid. With a starting bid at $370, already 10 watchers, not including the $16.10 in shipping, not including taxes. Wow, you're talking about $400 for a $195 figure, double the value. Is it possible that we could almost start calling this a grail, depending on where this lands? We're going to have to keep an eye on it. But they already reissued this once. And if we get Yoda next week, like I pointed out in the show, we may get a Yoda that looks a little bit different than this, yet a little bit different from Empire Strikes Back, and get a Yoda we haven't seen before. And you could bet your bottom dollar, the way these Yodas sell, that the Hot Toys will jump all over it for sure. How about the Dark Lord of the Sith? Whether it's Rogue One, whether it's any of the Darth Vaders, look at this right here. 40th anniversary. Already 27 bids and 40 watchers and up at $405, and it's not even including the $22.95 in shipping. People you think want this figure? Wow. And again, I'm showing you ongoing ones over here. How about Moff Tarkin? Wow. And we're going to have to keep an eye on that one. $649 with 15 hours left. Already has 12 watchers. Let's see what happens there. That's an interesting starting bid. To be completely honest with you, let's go to other ones that I'm watching right here. And how about this? Already with 1 day and 2 hours left. There is your Clone 501st Deluxe. Already at $277 with 7 bids, 36 watchers, not including 13 in shipping, not including taxes. This was just in stock, what, a week or two ago? For a much, much cheaper price. And as I was telling you, these are going to find their way on the biggest movers section probably this weekend. And I think that these are going to be going sky high. We're going to keep an eye on that for sure. Already showed you the Dark Side Anakin from earlier. Let's go ahead and see another one that's ongoing here. Look at this animated Fett. Animated Boba Fett. Wow. With 3 days and 18 hours left. $550 with 23 bids already. 29 watchers. $15 in shipping not included. Not including taxes. So whoever the highest bid is on here is already paying $600 for this figure. Absolutely berserk. And they pull up a couple of others over here to give you a little bit of a market watch with 5 whole days left. Already 26 bids. Tarkin and Vader 2-pack. Tarkin and Vader 2-pack. Wow, just look at that glory. What a grail. What a grail. $870 with 26 bids. Great seller. All 100% feedback. 36 watchers, not including the 25 in shipping, not including taxes. Well over $900 with 5 days left already. Insane. And last, but certainly not least, Han and Chewbacca, also with 5 days left, and another outstanding seller. Also at $870 with 17 bids, with 36 watchers, not including the $45 in shipping. Not including taxes, well over $900 with 5 days and 2 hours left. And you have to wonder, what's going on? How high can these go? It's absolutely crazy. The Dark Jedi here at 6 Scale Cantina is going to continue to keep you updated on this craziness here in the secondary market. Mandalorian Huntress goes, this is the way the collector #1. That Clone Deluxe 808 says that Clone Deluxe will be hit the $400 to $425 tier range before the end of the year. I'm telling you. Wow. It is absolute insanity. Absolute insanity for sure. It's crazy. And remember, I love doing this for you all. I hope you enjoy this. Mandalorian Hunters. We're all surrounded by bots. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're relentless. Yeah, I guess they just love the Dark Jedi for whatever reason. And look, did you? I mean, like, I love doing this. You get only this information here on this channel. I put a lot of work into this. Did you check out my Boba Fett 2-pack unboxing yet? Look at this here. I'm putting it on the screen. If you're interested in becoming a Cantina Insider, all you got to do is click that little join button, see everything that it comes with, and then if you want to join and you think you could benefit from it, do it. But you can also go to 6scalecantina.com right here, go to this little pink bar on the homepage, and see like some of the stuff you could get, like this pleather cracking climate control tips. Look at that Boba Fett 2-pack, crazy unboxings. All kinds of stuff you could get there. Everyone could see the quarter scale Grogu unboxing as well. The other thing is here, I've also got a little bit of a sneak peek. I'll play this for 20 seconds so you get an idea of my Boba Fett 2-pack unboxing. I really just put up about 4 or 5 days ago. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man. Oh, man. I display all my boxes. Wait till you see my collection tour. Is it possible that you will spill your coffee? And I say yes. If you want to see any of that crazy stuff, you can join, become a Cantina Insider. Look, this has been fun today, baby. This has been a lot of fun. There's so much to talk about. We got Cad Bane coming. We got Cobb Vanth coming. We got another wave of thrills from Attack of the Clones coming. You're definitely getting the Anakin and Obi-Wan from the Attack of the Clones now. And I already told you how that's going to go. Just go back and rewatch the episode so you can hear it. It's going to be a crazy week next week. I think we're going to see Qui-Gon. I think we're going to see the Emperor. I think we're going to see Yoda. I think we might see quite a bit. It's just insane right now. It is just insane. It's such a joyous time. This episode today, if you have not seen it, it is absolutely just unbelievable. One of the best pieces of Star Wars I have ever seen. Look, hit the like button, baby. Hit the like button right now. Let's go ahead and do that. Hit the like button on the way out. Let's get it up as high as it can go. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. And this has been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. I will be live again. Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. Look for me. I may do it Insiders. I'm going to do it Insiders this weekend. Okay, like I did last weekend. We also had TK FOMO live on the Insiders last week. That's the other thing you get too. I do Insider if you become a member. But I'm doing Insiders. I'm going to do my Saturday show. Going to do Monday. Monday we'll be back on schedule with Fabio and Aries at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So mark that down. It's been a crazy few weeks. But Aries and Fabio back. I'll be back on my regular time slot on Mondays at 8:30. I'll probably also be on Sunday or Saturday. Definitely Insiders, definitely regular. I'll probably be on before then. You're probably going to see me a few times all the way up to Monday. And Insiders, you'll see me as well. That's it. It's an awesome time. I'm just feeling real good. And remember, I don't always buy spotchka out. But when I do, I buy it from 6 Scale Cantina. Stay thirsty, my friends.